And I would like to mention and grab this opportunity to say Ibn Hajar rahimahullah is not an Ash'ari. This is very important to understand, because some of the people, they accuse him of being an Ash'ari or Imam An-Nawwawi, and even some of them they say it is Ash'ari, whether you like it or you don't like it. No, I don't like it. Ash'ariyah has to have three principles. These three principles in him, they have to be together. Then he's Ash'ari. But if he's one of them, then we say he's got Ash'ariyah, but he's not an Ash'ari. Those three principles, learn them. Number one, the aql is over the naql. In all the texts in general, the aql is over the naql, meaning the intellect takes priority over the texts. In everything, even regarding the aqeedah, so you have the aql over the naql. So if any text comes in, if it goes along with his aql, he'll accept it. If it does not go without the aql, then he will see. If it is hadith, either he would say, oh, it is da'if, bin it, we don't want it. If it is mutawatir, very strong, he starts to make an reinterpretation for it, because to match with the what? With the aql. And if it is an ayah, a verse, they can't say it's weak, but they will reinterpret the ayah, because it has to match the aql. And that is why they made the ta'weel and the alteration in the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like the hand, and so on and so forth. That's the first principle of theirs. And we challenge any person to bring us a text from the two Imams, Ibn Hajar or Imam An-Nawwawi, to say that they make the aql over the naql. It's impossible. It's the opposite. You'll find even the Imam Ibn An-Nawwawi, a number of his books, he always ridiculed those ones who put the aql over the naql. No way. The naql is first. Qala Allah, qala Rasuluh first. The same thing with Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. So they don't have that principle. From that principle, which is number one, the second and the third are linked to it. So the second principle, that all the texts, save the Quran, from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, either mutawatir or ahad. This division of theirs, okay, mutawatir or ahad, is in order to implement what they want. So they said, in the aqeedah, it has to be mutawatir. And for prayers, hajj, Sawm, is the ahad. What is the ahad? What is the mutawatir? Mutawatir is a hadith which is narrated in such a way that the hadith narrated by a number of narrators, that there will be impossible, there's a conspiracy or somebody had fought the lie. And that is why the whole Quran is mutawatir. Whereas ahad means it is being narrated by a number of narrators, not one, it could be two, could be three or four or five, but they haven't reached the level where there is certainty about it. So they had not reached the level of certainty. And you could ask me how many. This is another issue that we refute their argument. We don't know. So bring us something mutawatir to tell us what is the number of mutawatir. Bring us a mutawatir to tell us what is the number of mutawatir. They haven't got any. So that is why they mention this as to if the hadith comes in mutawatir, they take it in the aqeedah. Now, if that mutawatir goes against the aql, which is number one principle, they will to what? Reinterpret it. We say to them, Prophet ﷺ, he came on his own. He is ahad now. The whole of the Prophet ﷺ is on his own. He did not, Allah will bring with him, angels along with him to see them and see this mutawatir from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Imam al-Bukhari, in all its Sahih, he started hadith number one, ahad. And hadith number, last one is ahad. Just to tell the people, my book is between ahad and ahad, whether you like it or not. The first hadith is ahad, and the last hadith is ahad. So Imam Bukhari is telling to the others to say that my book is between bayna ahad. The two hadiths are ahad. Right, so this is the second principle that which we know that definitely Imam Ibn Hajar and Imam An-Nawwawi, they haven't got it. Third principle is that the alteration of the hadith which is mutawatir or ayah, if it is not, they have this, if it does not go with that, the alteration. That's where Ibn Hajar and Imam An-Nawwawi, they were mutadhabbibin, fluctuating. They did make an alteration, and even some of the sifat, they did not interpret it. They just said tafweed. We don't know what's the meaning of it. And we as Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah, when we come to the sifat, we will bring them as they are. We know the meaning, but we don't know the how. That's how it is. So when the person starts making this comparison of the meaning of an attribute and starts to interpret it in a way to want to understand it and making it similar to the creation, that's when he runs away to make the alteration, or at least they make the tafweed. That means we don't know the meaning of it. Ibn Hazm, rahimahullah, we can't call him Jahmi, but he is in the sifat Jahmi. Ibn Hazm, in the attributes of Allah, is Jahmi. And he's a great scholar. Not to say that his book, Al-Muhalla, scholars, they said that you're not going to be a scholar until you read Al-Muhalla. 4 books to be read, one of them is Al-Muhalla. And one book is Al-Mughni. Al-Muhalla is a great book, but watch out from the words of Ibn Hazm when he starts speaking ill about some of the scholars. But in Muhalla and other books as well, we find that Ibn Hazm, rahmatullahi alayhi, he had avoided to interpret the attributes, and for him, for example, the yad and the shin, the hand and all of that, they're all of them the same. There's no difference in between them. And that's Ibn Hajar, rahmatullahi alayhi. Ibn Hazm, now Ibn Imam An-Nawwawi, in his Sharh Sahih Muslim, he had made some of those interpretations, like for example, al-Dhahik. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala smiles, which is a smile suitable to His Majesty. That's what we say. But when you start smiling, that includes teeth showing. When people say cheese, smile, but that's nothing to do with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it has to do with you. And the best example for that is the leg of the table. When you say the leg of the table, does that jump to your mind that the leg of the table's got hair and knee and toes? Never ever. The table has a leg which is suitable to Its Majesty. Do you understand me? The leg of the table has these attributes which is suitable to its nature. So when we have, for example, the shin of Allah, the foot of Allah, which is suitable to His Majesty, why does it jump to your mind? The leg of a table, or the shin of a table, or the leg of a human being, why does it jump to you? It's suitable to Allah Azza wa Jal. So don't run, and that's the safest method. And that is where Allah لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. In the amount of the oath of the Prophet ﷺ, he had said, وَالَّذِي نَفْسُ مُحَمَّدٍ بِيَدِهِ. As I said, more than 90% of the oaths of the Prophet, by the one in whose hand is the soul of Muhammad. It's like in every hadith, he's saying this, he's refuting the Ash'ari. Saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. If the hand means power, why should the Prophet ﷺ always making this oath? By the power of Allah, by the power in which Allah has got Muhammad ﷺ's soul? It doesn't work. By the one in whose hand is the soul of Muhammad. So in this, that is, we confirm the hand of the Prophet of Allah, and at the same time, it could be the hand in that particular text means the power or the blessing. Like yadullahi fawqa aydihim. The hand of Allah is over their hands. Now we as an Arab, we understand that means Allah is supporting them. But he used the word hand because Allah's got a hand. That's the one which solves your problem. So we attribute the hand to Allah, but at the same time this hand means the power. It doesn't mean that Allah's hand, like my hand is on top of your hands. Okay? So when we say in English, can I give you a hand? You could give him a foot, isn't it? True or not? So you give him a foot. Can I give you a hand means what? Can I give you what? Help. But do you have a hand or not? So you attribute it to. Now you confirm that you have a hand. And at the same time, you have given, not ta'weel. This is the proper meaning. This is what the misunderstanding of the Shia. You didn't make ta'weel to the hand. Hand, you give a hand, is an expression every English person means, can I give you a help? It doesn't, can I give you a hand? I cut my hand and give it to you. Can I give you a hand? Who says that? Same thing with the Arabic. Okay? By the one in whose hand is the sword of Muhammad. Well, it doesn't come to our mind as an Arab that Allah is in his hand holding the sword of Muhammad. By the one in whose hand is the sword of Muhammad. It doesn't come to our mind at all. This is the Arabic language. But at the same time, Allah had put the hand because he's got a hand suitable to his majesty. We don't know how the hand look like. Simple as that.